you know what? There's nothing wrong about doing those things if you can afford it. And we don't want to live day by day paying off utang. What's up guys? It's Nick and today we need to talk about money. So these are the mistakes I've seen too often from the people around me, or I've committed myself, and it makes you think about, girl, gaano kadami na sigurong natipid mo if you skipped out on these things. And this 2021, let's claim that we are going to be more responsible about money, we are going to be more mindful with our purchases, and third, we are going to inspire the people around us to make smarter purchase decisions. So in this video, I'm going to share these money mistakes that you need to avoid in your 20s or just in 2021 in general. But before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video for more videos just like this one in 2021. I'm excited, you guys. Now let's get into these mistakes that you need to avoid when you are spending your hard-earned money. This is a funny one to start with, but this is just my personal observance or like my personal experience. We need to stop riding on the Starbucks bandwagon. You know, when you were a student and you would see these rich kids, rich classmates spending their allowance on Starbucks, and you're like, how in the world are they spending 160 pesos on a frap, on a freaking drink, when I could use that for my lunch? So that was my mindset before. So I said like, oh, maybe when I'm older or when I'm already, you know, working, maybe I will get the whole Starbucks thing. So I don't know about you guys, but when I started working, I'm like, I ain't gonna spend 160 pesos still on a drink. For me, this is just my experience, okay? But if you love coffee, if you love drinks, it makes you happy, it sparks joy in your life, go ahead and do that. But if you're just doing it for the sake of just looking cool, holding a Starbucks drink, or just trying it out because everyone is going to Starbucks and like trying out a drink just for the sake of it, then for me, it's best to just skip it. I've been working for more than 5 years now, and I swear I could count with just my two hands the drinks I bought in Starbucks with my own money. And it's not because like I'm super cheap and I can't afford it. I can afford it. I just choose to use that money instead for other things that I prefer to save up for. Like, you know, if I focus my mind on, let's say I need to save up money for the next travel, maybe I want to use that for my emergency fund or use that for my insurance instead. I know 160 pesos seems like a small thing, but I swear if you add that every single day that you buy Starbucks, so let's say 160 times 5, that's 800 pesos a week. Just think about 800 pesos, what you can use that for. You can use that for Grab when you go to work. 800 times 4, that's 3,200 pesos. That's almost close to the amount that I pay for my insurance monthly. And your insurance is something that you should seriously consider if you want to make sure that you're covered for retirement. So just, you know, from Starbucks to retirement, we just escalated real fast. That's just something to think about. Then you could basically use that money for other things that are more valuable to your life. But again, if you like splurging on those venti drinks because you love coffee and coffee makes you happy, go do it, girl. Next is something I've seen that I cannot believe because I cannot imagine doing it myself. But another mistake to avoid is borrowing money for leisure. So emphasis on leisure. So such as, say you want to go to Siargao on your birthday, or you wanted to buy this new iPhone 12. And you know what? There's nothing wrong about doing those things if you can afford it. Meaning living within your means. Like you don't need to borrow money in order to do it. Say for example, you had to borrow money from your friend or your relative or your parents because you just needed to buy this new iPhone 12, where, you know, it's just something that's good to have, versus say, you know, what if you wanted to borrow money from your parents because you wanted to buy a new camera that will fuel up your YouTube channel, for example. But then if you just borrow money, let's say you wanted to travel to this because you just want to show to the world that you can afford it, but technically you just borrowed money from someone else in order to make it seem like you're living the good life. I promise you, it'll make you sleep better at night knowing that you don't owe anyone money. What matters for me is that you are living within your means. You can travel once in a while, you can upgrade your gadget once in a while, knowing that you can afford it. And we don't want to live day by day paying off utang. So borrow money responsibly. I feel like you'll just have better sleep at night. Next mistake is having that YOLO mentality. I feel like YOLO is kind of passé by now. Is there a new term for it? I don't know. I feel like that mentality, thinking that, okay, you know, I might die tomorrow, so might as well splurge on this, might as well use up my money on this. And we don't think about, like, hey, what if I do want to live longer? I do want to think about my retirement. Or what if I am thinking about having a family and I don't want to struggle doing that? I feel like when you are starting with your first job, it's fine to be like, okay, I can enjoy my money, I can finally splurge on things. But there needs to be a cap when you think about, do I have insurance? Am I saving up money for my emergency fund? Those things seem to be so far off because we're like, you know, we'll do it eventually and things like that. But again, that's where like the YOLO or FOMO mentality comes in, wherein you think that you need to keep on spending these things in order to have the lifestyle. All that you should care about is your own life behind the scenes. Guess what? The reality of it is that you will get old, will eventually pay for the tuition of your children if you do want to have children. You will get old, you will get sick, and all of that comes with expenses. And because of that, we want to make sure that we are prepared when that happens. Of course, we don't want to be super kuripot every single day and like not enjoy life. There needs to be a balance of like, hey, I am, you know, gonna go out, I'm going to try out this new makeup that I've been wanting to play with, like that's fine. But at the same time, think about monthly, how are you putting aside money for future investments, for your savings, so that when the time comes that you are going to retire, you are going to have a family, then you know that you are prepared and you're not like, okay, so I kind of just spent all of my money for the past 1 year and I have nothing left. We don't want to be that person. We are going to be that strong, independent person where when we get old, we are going to be proud of the amount we've saved and the life we've lived. Next money mistake is caring too much about the brands that you wear. And you know, again, it's okay if you can totally afford it and you're not like living paycheck by paycheck just to pay for these luxury brands that you like to wear. But what is dangerous is that when you care so much that you are consumed by wanting to get the latest thing and you don't even realize that you're in debt with your credit card because all you've been doing is wanting to afford these luxury brands. I mean, luxury brands are, you know, good to invest on, especially they have quality stuff. I think it just goes back to making sure that you're living within your means. Like, go ahead if you can afford XYZ kind of brand and wear them all you want. It's a whole different story if you think that these luxury brands are funding your lifestyle that you really don't have. Next, another money mistake is when you get the taste of money and then you see this in your bank account and you're like so happy. But another mistake that we need to consider is that when you are not sharing your blessings to others. And when I say others, it's not as far as helping the poor or those below the poverty line. I mean, that's good also, but the others refer to can be like your parents, inana, or like those true friends that you have, or treating your family who've been there for you all this time. What I realized is that when you share your blessings, it kind of becomes a magnet of abundance. I'm feeling generous, I'm spending my hard-earned money knowing that this is not limited. This is limitless. Eventually, I'm going to have more blessings and these blessings will become a cycle of generosity to others. I like this analogy wherein, like for example, you have all your money in the palm of your hands. If you're not giving it away and you've been holding the same amount of money, like you've been like trying to keep it, hide it, but if you have more, let's say gold or more valuable items here and there, or more money to come, you have no more hands to put it in because you've been so focused on the amount of money that you already have. Imagine if you spill over some of those money and give it away to others. So it means that you are creating space for more blessings to come in your life and probably more abundance in your life. So I like that analogy. So you're sharing your blessings, it just opens up more abundance to your life. It starts with your own family. It starts with those people who have helped you from the very start, and then eventually tithing to your church, or eventually donating and things like that. Are you being so protective over money, or are you being generous that it also attracts more abundance to your life? There you have it, you guys. Let me know in the comment section down below which money mistake resonated with you the most and what you are going to work on this year. And I'll talk to you guys in the comment section down below. I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to click that like button. That certainly helps me out in creating more videos for you guys. Subscribe to my channel, hit that red button. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!